Maryland. We're gonna do the individual close-up.
So comfortable. No one seems to hold
Figures I'd be married in a movie first. Good morning. It is the day of the shoot. It was scheduled to be just super, super rainy. So we all know how cameras love the rain. Very windy.
Even the birds still sing at night. Every word just comes out right. When I'm with you, I feel so lucky I met you, and I still can't believe that I get to see those eyes for more than tonight. Swear you must have fell from the sky, and I feel so lucky I met you.
Yeah, we mentioned boots for wardrobe when we were doing it because it needed to be a skirt, and I was like, oh yeah, let's do boots. But I don't know if she meant like Doc Marten boots because it's a little bit different, isn't it? Quite wet out. We'll be shooting out there most of the time. So it's just the house. Doing a little mirror check. That didn't totally work.
To you, even the dark days still see light. Even the birds still sing at night. Every word just comes out right. When I'm with you, I feel so lucky I met you, and I still can't believe that I get to.
This is that opening scene. There's where the dog is gonna be buried. It is raining. That's Dad. And these are my two kids.
And all these broken roses led to you.
Thanks, Dad. Doesn't really fit though. But it has these adjustable flaps. So we just finished the wide shot. So now it's just me. We're gonna do the individual close-up shot. Here's the rest. A little bit of blocking. So this is other actors now doing their close-up. Okay, so everybody is shooting close-ups in the rain right now. It's been so rainy, like it's been hard. I imagine like tomorrow when we shoot again, if it's not raining, I mean, I imagine we might have like continuity issues. But this is my first time actually working with kids, and like for sure kids operate on their own, in their own world, on their own time. So a lot of it is just about like, okay, like stop playing, like stop whatever now, like, you know, action time and whatnot. So my daughter is really mature, as usual. Girls are really usually mature, but yeah, the boy's really fun. Lots of energy, but yeah, it requires some directing. So yeah, I'm just kind of staying inside, keeping dry. Yeah, it's somewhat of a long scene for me. And then afterwards, everybody else leaves, and then I have to shoot a couple of things where I dig a hole in the ground while balancing a phone here and shoveling. So that'll be a little difficult. Foot injury. Stairs are a nightmare for me. Going down the stairs is very difficult. The sun sort of came out. Okay, so day one, we have been very behind schedule just because it's been raining, but apparently the neighbors have decided to have a barbecue. I don't know, the director said that she had mentioned it to them before, so, you know, I feel like I wouldn't do that. Like, you know, like I would totally respect somebody else's time, but it also sounds like they're a bit possibly combative, and I don't know. So we're gonna cut some of the scenes today, but that means we have a lot to do tomorrow, which may not be that fun, but that's okay. So they're shooting the final kind of close-ups now, and then I go out by myself. Everybody else leaves, and I'm supposed to have this, again, like this digging scene where I'm digging the hole for the dog, while precariously balancing the phone and receiving news that, you know, like my father's gonna pass away soon. So yeah, so it's really fun. Super dark out. So I'm hoping that the light does not leave us, although it is summertime. So check out this guy. So we have a final shot of the day. Hello, the sun came out. So it's just me digging the hole for the dog there. Yeah, it's like, it actually, like the sun actually came out today. Okay, I mean, honestly, it is such a sunny day now. Look at this whole day. It was pouring rain or like spitting rain the entire time. It's actually only 5:30. I did the last scene was with myself where I was digging a hole and being mad and then looking at the dog. Yeah, so actually without the kids, it was actually much quicker since I can control what I do. So that was fairly quick. So we actually finished on time. Like initially, because of the rain, we weren't shooting, and I was like, oh, we're never gonna finish today, but we did. We did. So when I go back home, I didn't actually get snacks today, which I normally do. But then I normally don't like to eat too many things when I shoot too, because then, I don't know, you get like gunk on your teeth and then you just eat a lot, so I don't. But I was going to get snacks, so I'm still going to go get snacks. It's still early enough. I'm going to go back home, get snacks, probably rehearse a little bit more, but the thing is like, I think I've over-rehearsed the last scene already, and it's supposed to be like quite an emotional, it's quite an emotional scene. So unfortunately, the more that you practice a scene, the more, well, for me anyways, definitely the more that you don't feel the scene. So I don't want to get to that point either. So maybe I'll just, I don't know, I'll read over the script and then, I don't know, do all of the prep. But it's okay. Like it's always nice. Like I think, ooh, kept those rings. I think like obviously always before a shoot, I'm trying to not break my foot again. Obviously, always before a shoot you get really nervous, but then you meet the people and then you know that you're in for the long haul, because it's like really long shooting, but today wasn't bad. I think it's because we have the kids and you can't really keep kids here that long, but anyways. So yeah, tomorrow I think is obviously it's going to be the tougher of the 2 days. It's way more emotional, a lot more script. Yes, I'm nervous. I don't know, I've never needed to like cry on film or like cry on cue, and I know that that's obviously like that's something that like actors always worry about, like what if I can't perform, what if I can't do it. So I'm just hoping for like organicness. Like I'm hoping that the moment just kind of takes me there. Although again, like I said, the more that I practice, the more that I kind of like, I don't feel it anymore. It's sort of like everyday life, where when you do the same thing all the time, it's just not fun anymore. So yeah, but I'm gonna go home now, and I will see you all again tomorrow morning. So I missed the train again, so I have to wait 13 minutes.
which takes out all of that like 15-minute early gain, which I didn't totally leave 15 minutes early this time. I left like 10. So we'll walk quicker. So yeah, not sure that you all can see the weather, but it's super sunny today, so I think the film's gonna have a bit of problem with continuity, as I was kind of worried about. But I think I didn't tell you that this film originally was supposed to be shot closer to May, and then like obviously with like small budget, well, any type of film, some things fell through, so they had to almost recast everyone, get a new crew, and then finally do this in August. I'm a bit late, but I think the reason that she didn't cancel yesterday because it was so rainy, and it was in the forecast. It was so rainy too. I'm sure that she just didn't want to like delay the project anymore. Today, technically, the forecast is supposed to be that it's cloudy and a bit rainy, and that may still happen, or it may not. Okay, so let me tell you, a bit nippy today. Let me tell you what the scene is about today. So, it's like kind of all of the emotional stuff. There's a big argument scene, pretty much with the husband, where it's kind of like the moment that they realize, like, yeah, like we might get a divorce. And then the ending, she gets a text saying that her father had passed away in the hospital. And so this end scene is no talking from me, but it's just pretty much just breaking down from there. I have no idea, like, how she wants to shoot it and how many times, because that's the thing, like, you can't, first off, it's difficult to cry, especially when there's a lot of people around and they stick a camera in front of you. But then secondly, you can't do it over and over again. It doesn't work that way. So yeah, I'm a bit nervous about just like giving a good performance today, because I've been, working so hard on the script and whatnot. So fingers crossed it'll be okay. It feels like autumn. Like, it's been such a rainy but also cool summer, which I don't mind at all, because like the last 2 summers, like the last 3 summers have been just so dry, and like sometimes the weather goes 105. That's not how Britain was built. So alright, we're gonna go across the pretty bridge again. I'm vlogging this. Husband. We're doing our big argument scene. Camera. Okay, that's today. It's quite close. So we have some monitors. And she was so nice, because I was thinking like, oh, I don't really eat oil, pain in the butt. So this is it. Oh, thank you. Sunrise and sleep till noon. I'll take you to the beach, get our toes wet, leave after sunset. And I would do it all again, 'cause I don't want my day to end with always running in circles, trying to make up my mind. Should I ask you? I'm too scared to ask, but I'll probably ask you this. So we have 2 more scenes left in the day. Everybody's in break for lunch, but I think the last 2 scenes are like, well, the last scene is what I'm definitely worried about. It's very, I don't know, yeah. It's very emotional, but I'm not sure, like, yeah, because when there's like a lot of people talking, you're not really in the mood for it. So I thought, okay, little patio seating, that could
final scene. There's virtually no script. It's all action. I walk over to the table, I put down the phone, I break down. So, and we're gonna do it like 6 times, so let's see.
Let's get it over with. Nah.
Spent a couple of hours and a couple of days thinking that maybe I read the wrong signs and
Okay, so that's a wrap. Still, it looks like it's blue skies, but it's actually like, I mean, it's later on in the day. It's like 5, 6 o'clock. So it's actually a little bit darker. How did I do? How was the emotional scene? Like, to be honest, I practiced it so much that like well, okay, so it's interesting. I think I have a face where when I like cringe, or like bunch it up, I look like I'm quite sad already, and so, you know, gifted with that. So, like, yeah, when I was practicing it, like, you take these moments, and those moments make you sad, but if you continue taking from those moments, then they don't really work anymore. So I was very careful to not do that, but I kind of practiced the scene so much already that, like, sometimes you just it's in between. Like, my head tends to like float a lot. So anyways, I think because I had practiced it so much, it kind of, like, who knows how the film actually is going to look like, but I think I had practiced it so much, and I had like seen myself in the mirror. I also put a camera up to see how I looked. Like, I can kind of like pretty much look really sad and seem like I'm crying without actually really even, like, I don't even need to be there actually, which sounds really horrible, but you know, like, I try, but I was there. I actually think that the part that was actually the most emotional was not really when I looked at my family, because that was supposed to be the scene. Like, I actually felt like when like the dad came over, because we were obviously like, we're going through a divorce and he's kind of like the bad guy of the movie. When he came over and he grabbed my hand and was like consoling me, essentially, like, it's okay, like, you know, even though I'm controlling and I'm a horrible husband and I don't really care and I don't really respect you and maybe we're going through a divorce, you know, like, I recognize that this is a painful thing. And so he came over and it was really kind of like unexpected, grabbed my hand. I looked at him and it was, yeah, like those moments where you can like really connect with someone and like, yeah. So that made me like a little bit emotional, but like, it is very difficult, people, to just like bawl your eyes out. I think sometimes people can do that with like movies and something or whatnot, but again, you do that too much, it stops working. So yeah, it's also very different. Like, I mentioned this before, but like, well, how many takes did we take? We did probably like, let's say 5 or 6 wide shots where you had to, you know, pretty much be crying. We did, let's say again, like 5, 6, maybe even like 7 shots from the left side up close, from the right side up close. So like, really, like, by then, you know, minimum 15 takes, maximum, you know, 20 or so, where you just have to be quite sad all the time. There's no way that people can bawl their eyes out like that often. So anyways, what am I trying to say? No, I thought that the shoot went really well. Like, I'm really happy with it. Earlier in the day, like, I really felt like I connected with the actor, which was quite nice. Like, worked off of each other. He was quite cool. Actually is from Nigeria and just moved to London last year to pursue acting. A kid crying. Great. So yeah, I think it was good.
What I'm gonna say, 'cause I have been planning for quite a long while. Been asking your friends how to best make you smile, and I don't wanna mess up like I always do when I try to say this to you. Can we dance in the moonlight, hold hands if the mood's right?